When clicking in the cartridge of a new Mario game, we pretty much know what to expect, at least as far as the characters go. Mario and the gang have always been mostly surface level, and have had fairly shallow character depth, with some exceptions. Great graphics, fun gameplay, but a straightforward story and predictable characters. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's always worked well for their games and their fans.
But what if there's more to this beloved bunch than they're letting on? In fact, there is. Each of them has a history, and each raises questions whose answers have been locked away in some Nintendo lore vault. This is James and Andres Erickson, and today we're taking a peek into that vault, or at least sitting down and pressing our ears up against it, to examine in no particular order 5 of the most mysterious Mario characters. Buckle up, kids.
Cappy is the newest character on this list and was quick to become a fan favorite with the release of Super Mario Odyssey. Being fairly new, he's surrounded in a lot of mystery, and the game doesn't do us any favors of uncovering any of them, since the main focus is on some plumber rescuing a princess. Shocking, I know. Here's all we know about Cappy. He's a ghostly being, he wears/is a hat, ? And he's got the suspiciously demonic ability to possess other living creatures, or at least allows others to do so. In different hands, this concept could be M-rated, but it's not, and so we accept the little we know about Cappy and eagerly run around the world of Odyssey ripping free will from innocent creatures in hopes of collecting cute little sparkly moons. Now let's pretend Mario has the good sense to pause and ponder his new ally. What exactly is Cappy? Where did his species come from, and where in God's name did they get their powers? Speaking of they, Cappy and his sister Tiara are the only ones of their kind, at least among the citizens of Bonneton. While they are all ghostly white beings, Cappy and Tiara have their own unique looks. The other male Bonneters all have the same black top hat, and the female's a black what's-it-called. If this is a personal choice, and it may well be seeing as they can change hat forms, then Cappy is obviously something of a creative rebel. But this feels more like a separation of, I don't know, class? I mean, his sister is a tiara, which is a symbol of royalty. So then what makes her and Cappy so special? Well, they seem to be important figures, possibly even leaders within their town, especially since Bowser kidnapped Tiara, reflecting the kidnapping of Princess Peach and Cappy's knowledge of the world and willingness to take charge. While that may clear up their social status, we still don't have answers to why they can do what they do or why they're so ghostly. But I have a theory. Now hear me out. The inhabitants of Cap Kingdom are dead, and as a result, have the ability to possess other beings. Okay, maybe I'm grasping at straws here, and we haven't even touched on the fact that they're made in the image of human headwear, but the game doesn't give us much to go off of. Looks like Odyssey 2 has a lot of room to investigate these matters. That is, if there is ever a sequel. We may never get to uncover the mysteries of Cappy and his people, but the number of curiosities surrounding them offers much room for intriguing speculation. So, speculate away.
Nabbit has got to be one of the most random new characters that the Mario series has given birth to in the past decade. Not only are his design and objectives pretty distinct, but he's also one of the only characters that are hard to label a good or a bad guy. He's a thief, which of course is a no-no, but he's not part of any grand villainous scheme either. He's simply looking out for himself. Selfish? Yes. Evil? I'd argue no. Regardless of where he falls on the morality spectrum, one thing is for certain. He does not intend to reveal his identity. We don't know where he's from, who his mama is, or what he's hiding behind that handkerchief he's got covering his face. This mask, however, may be the key to figuring this guy out. If you haven't noticed by now, Nabbit's handkerchief resembles that of a dastardly villain we know quite well. That, of course, being Bowser Jr. No, it's not the exact same one that Jr. has, but it's similar enough that this can't be ignored. The way I sees it, there are 2 possibilities. 1, Nabbit is a fan of Bowser Jr.'s style. I mean, can we blame him? 2, Nabbit is actually, wait for it, Bowser Jr. I know, this is quite a controversial claim, but humor me for a moment. Bowser Jr. has watched his father fail to defeat Mario time and time again. Between his whole Shadow Mario ordeal in Sunshine and his impressive work on his clown cart, it's clear Jr. is the one with the more creative plans. So, perhaps in another attempt to take matters into his own hands, he decides to try and sabotage Mario's efforts by stealing his usual power-ups under the guise of someone else. But, after experiencing the thrill of the chase out on the grounds of the real world, he warms up to the gang, and occasionally journeys journeys alongside them to make up for the lost time adventuring freely as a kid. It's quite touching if you think about it. But of course, he can never let his father down, which is why he only ventures out when dressed as Nabbit. Seriously, look at this guy's appearance and tell me there's no chance it's a costume. The textures are flat, the colors are curiously divided, and the eyes don't blink. Plus, they're both cheese-puffed bellied and roughly the same size. And yes, it's true that they can appear on the screen together in some ways, but then again, so do the Mario humans in their baby forms. So if there's an explanation for that, there's gotta be an explanation for this mystery, right? Here's hoping we find out. Until then, explore the world to your heart's content, little rabbit.
The two legendary leading ladies of the Mario franchise both have some questionable pasts. For example, where the heck are the king and queen of the Mushroom Kingdom? What have you done to your parents, Peach? Nah, I'm sure wherever they are, be it lost in an air balloon or lying in some ditch, it was not her doing. But that's a convo for another time, because today my curiosities lie with another princess, Mushroom Kingdom's designated badass astronaut Daisy, the princess of Sarasaland, which may as well be known as the Forgotten Kingdom. Yes, it seems Daisy has abandoned her princess duties and Sarasaland altogether, seeing as she hasn't been back in many, many years. Nowadays, she spends almost all of her time in the Mushroom Kingdom. Not that we blame her, seeing as all the fun is clearly happening here, but why would she abandon her throne, her people? She sat atop an empire back in the Super Mario Land days, overseeing 4 separate kingdoms. She either hated ruling, ditched in favor of the party life, or gave it up for love? Though it is often implied that Luigi and Daisy are linked up, Mario was her original rescuer. Is it possible that it was him she chased after before being introduced to Luigi? Perhaps before realizing Mario only had eyes for another. Not to mention this other girl was one she herself also cared deeply for. And thus, maybe she chose to keep this secret love quiet, not wanting to get in the way of this iconic couple. Kind of heartbreaking if you think about it. I know, I hear you screaming at your computers, guys. I'm just speculating here. None of this is fact. I don't want to believe Daisy would give up all that power for some knight in shining armor, but somebody's gotta try to fill in the gaps, right? Even if that was the case, she seems to have found her own voice in the Mushroom Kingdom, which must be a large part of the reason she now calls it home. But it begs the question, who's looking after her subjects? Who is in charge of ensuring Sarasaland won't collapse in on itself, if it hasn't already? She doesn't seem like the type of person to purposely desert her essential responsibility, but one has to wonder what happened and what exactly played a part in her decision making. Sigh, I suppose you can keep your secrets, Daisy. You tell us when you're ready.
This guy. This shy guy. The secrets surrounding this enigma are some of the biggest in Mario game history, and the one we've all been most curious about is, you guessed it, what lies behind their infamous masks. It's an age-old question, one many before us have pondered, but never has anyone attained concrete evidence of what lies within. Except, of course, for this guy. That's right, Luigi has got Shy Guy's face imprinted in his mind, and as far as we know, has not yet told a soul. During Shy Guy's trophy celebration in Mario Power Tennis, he trips up the stairs, LOL, relatable, and his mask falls off. Before he can pick it back up again, Luigi sees the unseeable. Did he have a nose? Purple pizza skin? Was it the devil himself? We may never know, but judging by the horrified expression on Luigi's face, it's not what he was expecting, nor was it a pleasant sight. Poor Shy Guy. No wonder they wear masks. Funny enough, in a mod of this scene, we do actually get a look at it from Luigi's angle, only to find, well, nothing. But this is easily chalked up to the game makers not bothering to create his face since we weren't actually meant to see this side. So sticking to Mario lore, Luigi's eyes are still the only pair to have seen the truth. Time to strap him down and make him talk. Too dark? Okay, we'll leave Luigi alone for now. But if we can't handle the mystery for much longer, we'll revisit this idea. There's also the notion the mask is actually his face, and it's simply detachable, because we have seen Shy Guy's eye and mouth holes move and change their expressions, which is totally something a face would do. But if it's detachable, there's still something behind it, which still leaves this mystery unsolved. There's only one way to get answers. Nintendo's gotta give Shy Guy his own game. Show him some love and prove they care about him enough to dedicate an entire story to him. Gain his trust and reveal his secrets by the end of the journey. That is probably not the greatest idea. Honestly, I think the mystery of Shy Guy is more fun than having an answer. Kind of like a Christmas present. The curiosity of what's wrapped inside is more exciting than actually finding out whether it's a gift you wanted or not. Therefore, this mystery might be better left unsolved, but curious we shall remain.
Whether you've been gaming since your diaper days, or you're the kind of person who only chooses Kirby and spams down B in Smash Bros, you know Bowser. It's a household name, and by now it seems we've learned pretty much everything about him that there is to know. He's an angry Dragosaurtle who enjoys kidnapping Peach and pummeling Mario and friends. Aside from that, most Mario games don't dive much deeper. It's roughly the same story over and over again. But I believe there's a darker side to this story that has never truly been addressed, and it's quite tragic. We never stop to ask ourselves why Bowser continues to go after Peach. Why does he continually snatch her when she clearly doesn't want him? Why won't he take no for an answer? The reason, in a way, is quite obvious, but it's not as surface level as the games suggest. Bowser is hopelessly in love with Peach and is driven primarily by heartbreak. Peach simply does not return his feelings, and yet he will not give up until he gets what he wants. One has to wonder how much time he spends watching Beauty and the Beast, quoting every line while crying into his popcorn. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. I'm sorry, buddy, but it doesn't work that way. No means no, you've gotta move on. What Bowser really needs is some time for serious self-reflection. Let Mario go toe-to-toe with another baddie for a bit while Bowser unwinds at a spa and ponders his life choices. He's gotta work on himself first, and then pursue love in a way that doesn't involve kidnapping an innocent woman against her will. The thing is, deep down, I don't think it's Peach he really wants. I'm not even sure if he knows that. Like the rest of us, Bowser simply wants to be loved. He just needs to broaden his horizons. He comes off aggressive, scary, and a little hard to get along with, yes. But there's gotta be somebody out there for him, right? Someone who wants him back. Someone that isn't afraid to put him in his place when necessary. Surely Peach can't be the only option. Let's see, we've got, Birdo? Is she still with Yoshi? Then there's Pauline, she's on the market. Oh! That hefty rabbit lady from Odyssey. That could work. Of course, Bowser's personal love life redemption arc is not exactly a gaming plotline dedicated players want, and will likely not be explored. Therefore, I suppose we too will continue in our old ways, duking it out with the King of Koopas, while secretly damaging his poor, tortured soul with every "So long, gay Bowser!" And the conclusion to his tragic tale will for now remain a mystery.
Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to Erickson Gaming if you haven't already, and hit that bell button to be notified for more of what we do here, including dank comedic videos, creative contests, live streaming, and much more video game content.
This has been Andres and James Erickson. I'm gonna go grab me a glass of chocolate milk. Maybe a sandwich. Okay, bye.